Yes, indeed. Welcome to Rip and Riff here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm. I'm Adam Bernard at Pucking Thoughts, and with me, as always, to my right is at Mr. Jared Moore on Twitter. You guessed it, Jared Moore. Jared, how are we doing today? This way.
I'm good. My hand is wet because I opened up a can of soda while you were doing that, and I have to dry my hand. So
was it a little shaken and a little exploded a little?
A little explosion, a little bit out of the tip, but we don't need to get into details there.
No, you were blessed by the carbonation, we'll say.
Sure.
So it is November 18th today. We are less than a week away from Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays of the year. And coming up next week, we'll be doing a special Thanksgiving episode. More details to come on that, but we have a special guest lined up for a wrestling-themed Survivor Series edition of R&R next week. So make sure you're here for that. Now, before we get going, I just wanted to slip a little thing in here quick. My dad had parents. What's up?
I said phrasing.
Yeah, good point. So my parents came to visit a couple of weeks ago, and my dad had brought out, like, I had random cards and stuff that were still, like, in my house back in Brooklyn. So, like random team sets you buy at the games, Yankees, Jets, whatever. He also brought something that I forgot I even had, and I thought was pretty cool. And we're going to open it up. It's like a reflective Mark McGwire motion card. So I'm gonna crack that open right now because clearly it has no value with the shape of the cardboard is in terms of being mint. So we just
I'm putting you on the spot here, but is this one of those spots where we could say this is I Love Lucy?
So there you go. It's an Adam Bernard edition of I Love Lucy, even though it's Jared on the picture. But hey, we'll do it for a week, and they give you a little stand for it. So here, we opened it up, and like you could see the cool back and forth there.
That is awesome. I love that.
You got the little, in the bottom right corner, you got him pumping his hand after the home run on the home run trot. You got the background reflective. Good job by Dad pulling this out and bringing it. It even comes with a little stand if you want to display it. So
did they make this for other players too? Is, like, if you look in the back of the box, is there like a whole series of them?
So yeah, they collect all 6 in the series. You got Ken Griffey Jr. with the Reds, McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Derek Jeter, Mike Piazza, Alex Rodriguez. So yeah, if you're gonna pick 6 players from this Champs exclusive thing that was around the year 2000, those would probably be the 6 players you'd pick.
All right, what's this called? Derek Jeter.
It's called it's a players collection motion card. Kodak is logo is on the box, and it says it's a Champs exclusive. So the Champs in the mall store.
I see it on eBay, and I think I will be purchasing the Derek Jeter version of this one very shortly.
Well, I'm glad I brought this up then, because like you seem to really like this card, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I really do like it. It looks really sharp. I like it, and the Derek Jeter one is available, and it will soon be owned by your boy.
Well, I apologize to your bank account for showing you that card. But now
it's not that expensive.
How much are they? What do they go for?
This one I see is $15. So,
oh, that's great.
I will gladly jump on that.
I may have to get a Jeter one myself. But speaking of purchasing cards, we're here to rip some packs open, and it's time for the pack starting lineup. And Jared's we're only going to go with 2 different kinds of things today, but one of them is going to be a box break. So I'm going to be going through a couple of packs of the Score 2023 Panini edition here with Josh Allen on the cover. I got 2 packs here that we're going to do with that, but then Jared is actually going to be doing a box break today with some 2022 Topps Chrome, it looks like.
Yeah, Topps Chrome. Here's the box. Very, very, actually turn it the right way. Topps Chrome Platinum Trading Cards. It's 8 packs, 4 packs per box. So yeah, all of the packs right here. A lot of air in this one, which is a little strange, but it is what it is. I'm excited to see these cards, and it says 3 exclusive Prism Refractors cards per box. So hopefully we get some nice pulls here.
Maybe the one that's got extra air in it, there's like a cool insert in there that needs a little extra air. Who knows? Or maybe it was just packed that way by mistake.
Maybe. Who knows? There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out. Now, we're going to be doing heavy baseball, but we'll kick things off in the NFL. And, of course, starting lineup box break, and Jared does have a mystery slab for us later on in the show. Let's see it. Oh, there it is. That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite time of the show because it's the closest you get to Christmas outside of Christmas. What are you going to get? I don't know. It's the same shape. It's not like a bike with a tree where you know it's a bike.
No, well, if it's anything like last week, it'll be the equivalent of socks. So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that. Like, yeah, it's not a sexy gift, but when you get used to that being your only sock replenishment every year, and then that stops, you're like, oh crap, I got to start buying socks now.
Exactly.
That was a good rip.
9 out of 10. I like that.
Yeah. Of course, it's caught on the corner of one of them, but here we go. All right. So a former, a recent mystery slab, we'll say feature, Jordan Love.
Ah, yes, Jordan Love. I almost said Sam Darnold, but I'm glad we got Jordan Love there. Although the Packers have not looked very good, and now I'm starting to wonder. There's some rumblings out of Green Bay whether or not he's actually going to be the guy moving forward, which would put a damper on that Jordan Love pull from a few weeks back.
I mean, part of me is like, you got to give him more of a chance. It's his first real full season and all that, but I don't know. I mean, he also has he shown enough to. That's the thing, has he shown enough to get a second chance? Now, I believe this is somebody that you have in your one of your dynasty teams, Mr. Isaiah Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco, yes, a very nice final round draft pick by your boy last year in the rookie draft, and now has become a staple of my 9-0 dynasty league team.
I'm nipping on your heels, buddy, but I just can't get you. Can't get you.
You're right behind, but you'll get another shot in the playoffs. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, knock on wood there. I know that's very bad for audio stuff, but I got to knock on wood just in case. We do have a rookie. We have a couple of rookies coming up here, but unfortunately, well, 3 straight rookies actually, but no, 2 of them not really sexy. Let's start with Travis Dye, who the Jets selected.
Yeah, there's nothing sexy about Travis Dye.
No. I mean, maybe, listen, I'm not saying you're unattractive, Travis. I'm sure there are people out there that find you sexy. It's just in terms of a pack ripping world, you're not sexy.
I'm saying he's unattractive. As an ugly person, as the foremost expert on ugly people and not being attractive, I feel like I'm qualified to judge these things.
At Mr. Jared Moore on Twitter, if you have a problem with him, Travis Dye.
Come at me.
No, this is a cool, it's called the Potential series, which is actually a cool name for like a college sub-series, but Tanner McKee. There we go.
Tanner McKee, quarterback for I can't even tell what college that is there.
That's Stanford there.
Yeah, that's Stanford. So you got not Andrew Luck there. So nice job.
So, and then the last one in the pack here, another rookie card, and this is Paris Johnson from the Arizona Cardinals. So, like, not a skill player position, but definitely one of the top offensive linemen in the draft.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can protect the blind side of one Kyler Murray, who obviously he'll have made his season debut by the time this episode comes out. But very interested to see A, how Kyler Murray looks this year, and B, the Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the NFL. So are they going to be in the quarterback business? Because this GM and this head coach did not draft Kyler Murray.
Correct. And, the Cardinals will actually be fun to watch down the stretch, I think, because they're probably just going to let Murray loose and be like, just go play, see what happens. So not many expectations there. And, offensive linemen are great, but they're not, card-wise, they don't really do much. Like, you got to be almost like an Orlando Pace for that card to almost have any value.
Right. You got to be Anthony Munoz. And the jury is very much still out on Paris Johnson. It's not that we're rooting for or against him. It's just, it is what it is.
I would say Orlando Pace, Jonathan Ogden, Anthony Munoz. Those are probably the 3 offensive linemen that, like, cards have some sort of value. So that's one pack of the 2023 Panini Score. Let's see what we're going to get in this one here. These open a lot easier than some of the other packs, and that's nice. So I look less like a jerk and less like an ass on here. All right.
I'm going to pre-rip one of mine just to see if this one's going to be difficult, but you go ahead.
All right. So the last pack was underwhelming. This pack is we're going to have a good pack here. We'll start at the bottom. Greg Dulcich.
Greg Dulcich. I mean, Sean Payton seems to hate him, but Sean Payton hates a lot of people. And that is my preferred Denver Broncos uniform of this iteration. They wear the orange uniforms too much. I prefer the blue.
I would prefer them to go back to the old Elway look with like the powder blue helmet with the Bronco breaking through the letter D. Like that's the look right there. That's the Orange Crush.
But of the of this look that they've adopted since the late 90s when Elway was winning their Super Bowls, this is the look I prefer.
So that is the first card from the pack, Greg Dulcich. Next up in the pack, Mr. Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, still one of the best defensive players in the NFL and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I mean, listen, he's still playing hard. I mean, you know, it's not a great season for the Rams, but he's still going out there doing his job every week. Now, we have a cool little series here called Huddle Up. This is a nice looking card here. So I guess they do want 32 different huddle pictures. So, I mean, not sexy, but still a nice looking card.
Yeah, very nice. So you got Dak Prescott there probably telling his guys, look, I'm going to throw an interception here. So you guys need to make sure the ball tips off your hands, or, you know, you bobble it, or, you know, you got to do your part here because I'm going to do my part.
I'm going to throw an interception. You need to be ready to play defense after that interception. That's the point of that huddle. Like, so be ready to backpedal, chase, whatever you got to do.
Right. CeeDee Lamb, you better be ready to ankle tackle somebody. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's turn it over on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Turnover.
All right. So we got another little orange, like a parallel here for the score. This guy had a big night on Monday Night Football a couple of weeks ago against the Jets. Joey Bosa.
Yeah, Joey Bosa, hell of a pass rusher. There's not much that you can say about the Jets offense that hasn't already been said. It's incredible that they keep going to Zach Wilson. I mean, we're taping this on the day that Carson Wentz signed with the LA Rams. It's like the Jets couldn't have done this 8 weeks ago. Like,
behind that line, though, does it matter?
I mean, they punted a season for no good reason, though, because of, you know, their ego and, you know, the fact that they refused to admit that they made a mistake with the Zach Wilson pick, even though, like, they admitted the mistake when they went out and traded for Aaron Rodgers, but they also decided, hey, we're not going to give up on Zach Wilson just yet. It's like, why? Like, you're already giving up on him. So, like, why is he still on the... You're the Jets fan, and I feel like I'm angrier about this than you are.
You know why? Because if the plan had gone the way it should have, you got Wilson for what? Another, 2 years here, I think, under his rookie contract? Was it 3? Rodgers stays 1 year, maybe 2. Wilson gets to be his backup and learn from one of the best quarterbacks of all time. And then maybe you can have a smooth transition. Maybe that tutelage, that hanging out with Rodgers, all that stuff, maybe like it makes Wilson, I'm not going to say live up to his draft pedigree. That ship sailed a long time ago, but a serviceable every week starter in the NFL. I don't think that was outside the realm of possibility, but the more you watch him, but again, it's tough to evaluate a quarterback when he's, you know, sometimes Wilson does hold on to the ball too long, but sometimes he takes the snap and he's already got somebody breathing down his neck. So,
but that's also the fault of Joe Douglas. It's like, all right, if you're going to go this route with Rodgers and have Wilson be the understudy, then you have to do more to invest in the offensive line than what you did. And especially the fact that Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old and he got hurt 4 plays into his career with the Jets is, you know, just kind of hammering home the fact that you did nothing in the offseason to address what is probably one of your biggest Achilles heels on the team, aside from obviously the quarterback position.
And if you're going to go that route, I know it's not sexy to keep 3 roster spots for a quarterback anymore, but then if you're going to go the route the Jets did, you almost need like and I don't know why I'm using him as an example, but I think he is like a Mark Brunell type, like a guy that's not going to cost you a lot of money, somebody that's going to sit around the locker room, have something to offer a Zach Wilson. But if what happened with Rodgers going down, you give Wilson a chance. All right, this isn't going well. At least you have like, all right, we have a competent guy that can go out there and not lose games.
Isn't that what Joe Flacco's been the last 3 years for the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little more modern upgrade version of Flacco. Maybe, right. You know,
someone who's a little more mobile, a little younger. No, I completely understand.
Something like along those lines. Now, I've got one card to go here in this pack, and this is going to be one of probably the top pull I've ever had on this show.
Well, that's a tease. I like that. Let's go.
Now, I'm very glad that I've pulled this card, and I'm very happy to have him in my collection. Arthur Smith, for whatever reason, does not believe in using Bijan Robinson for whatever reason, but I'm certainly going to put him in a penny sleeve.
Getting a Bijan Robinson rookie card is very nice. Yes, I mean, you know how I feel about the college uniforms compared to the NFL uniforms, but I mean, we could go on and on about the Falcons and what a freaking dumpster fire they are as well. Just
what I didn't get about Atlanta is like before the season, there were people that were buying in on them, and I know they improved the defense. They do have a solid defense, but and they drafted Bijan, and maybe if they actually used him the right way, things would be different. But like, to me, not that anybody stood out in that division, but it was the Saints for me. But again, like somebody has to win that division so you can make. I just didn't really see it with Atlanta. Other people saw things I didn't, but I don't know.
No, I didn't either. I mean, I'm not really a believer in Desmond Ridder, and apparently neither is Arthur Smith that they're playing Taylor Heineke. So. That entire thing sounds like a complete debacle, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arthur Smith was the ex-head coach of the Atlanta Falcons at the end of the year.
And then the next head coach will certainly get their mileage and use Bijan the proper way.
You would think. I mean, it'll be another head coach who comes in and be like, well, I didn't draft any of these players. Like, what am I going to do with Bijan Robinson?
Wow.
It's like, I don't know. How about run him? How about that? How about give him 300 carries?
We should have Tyler Soto on this show and just be like, all right, buddy, Atlanta Falcons, the floor is yours. Go. Let him just air it all out.
I mean, we could, but somehow he's going to turn into another Joe Adele conversation. I can't deal with that with him.
Touche. Fair point.
You got any more, or is that it?
No, that was the 2 5-card packs, and that was as strong a way to close as any. I'm very happy with the Bijan Robinson pull, and that was exciting. That was good stuff. But it's time for a box break now. We don't do box breaks on the show very often, but let's get going.
Yeah, well, I mean, the box is already empty. I already pulled all the packs out, but I mean, I have the packs right here, so. You know, when I think the middle of November, I think Major League Baseball, because why wouldn't I? You know, this is the time of year baseball fans should be excited. This is right around hot stove season. You got the winter meetings coming right around the corner, and all that. Now, this pack, I will say first and foremost, I have never seen a curve on a set of cards like this. So just kind of keep that in mind.
That way?
No, it is not.
Oh.
So I'm not sure how much value any of these cards is going to have moving forward, but I might have to, I don't know, put like a weight on them or something and see if that does anything with them. But we do start off with a rookie card and a player I've never heard of from the Baltimore Orioles, Mr. Mike Baumann.
Mike Baumann. Let's look it up. Let's look up what we can about Mike Baumann.
Now, the thing I like about these cards is they have that nice chrome glossy finish, not only on the front of the card, but on the back of the card as well. You can kind of see that. So I'm a big fan of that. But if I were looking for a Baltimore Orioles rookie with some of the prospects they have coming through the system, Mike Baumann, not on the top of the list.
Mike Bowman is he's not even the most famous Mike Bowman. Mike Bowman Racing comes up before he does. So that just gives you everything you need to know right there.
Nah, 100%. So we move on to a newly minted World Series champion from your Texas Rangers, then with the New York Mets, Jacob deGrom.
Jacob deGrom, yeah, I mean, what a pitcher for the Mets. Arguably, that you could top 2 pitcher for that franchise all time. They did not like to see him go, but it made sense. You're not going to pay him that money.
We have a guy who's been rumored to be traded to the Yankees at some point in the last year. Maybe that'll happen this winter. Maybe it won't. Max Kepler from your Minnesota Twins.
There you go. That's a good looking card. I love that sheen on it.
Yeah, and I'm going to highlight it, especially with this last card. Another rookie card, Romy Gonzalez from the Chicago White Sox. Another player I've never heard of, but I like the choice there with the font there on the bottom, the little triangle with the Chicago White Sox logo. Nice little picture that they use there. The little RC on the top corner to indicate it's a rookie. So
it's a great layout. It's a really sexy card.
Yeah.
Unlike Travis Dye.
Unlike Travis Dye, yes. So it's 4 cards per pack. I feel like all of these cards are going to have that weird little bend to them. So probably not going to get anything of value out of any of these cards. Although we'll get to that in 1 second. from your Kansas City Royals, the son of Raul Mondesi, Adalberto Robert Mondesi.
There you
Adalberto
go.
Mondesi.
It's okay. It's a tough first name.
We do have one of those looks like those Prism refractor cards in this set, and this is a player you would want to get a refractor card for from your New York Yankees, the 2022 AL MVP, Mr. Aaron Judge.
Now that's the pull right there. How's the curve on that one?
There's a bit of a curve there. You can definitely see it. So this will be one that we try to remove that curve the best we can without damaging the card. But this is absolutely going in a sleeve.
Absolutely, that is a great card.
Hopefully, this will be a card that hopefully has some sort of value someday.
Let's get an old college textbook out, put it underneath that, and hope for the best.
Yeah, we'll just leave it under there for a week or so, and hope for the best. We have a Legends in this pack, Vida Blue from your Oakland Athletics.
Vida Blue, soon to be former Oakland Athletics, but yeah, I think they got one more season here, maybe two before they go to Vegas. But yeah, great pitcher for them.
And one of the biggest free agent bats on the market this offseason from your Chicago Cubs, Cody Bellinger.
There you go. It's also a good looking card. Those are really sharp.
Yeah, these are fantastic looking cards. So, and I feel like I already got my money's worth just with the Aaron Judge card there. So, we'll be able to go through these packs nice and quick. Only 4 per pack. So, we are very, very excited to move this along, and we are going right to another legend here from the Chicago Cubs. Although I don't know that anyone really associates this player with the Chicago Cubs. Bill Buckner.
I was thinking Ernie Banks when you first said Cubs legend, but then nobody's thinking about it. But he was a good player for the Cubs.
I mean, he was a really good baseball player in general. Like, he had a hell of a major league career, but obviously the only thing anyone remembers Bill Buckner for is the ball going through his legs in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series when he was with the Boston Red Sox. So.
Also, great cameo on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where they absolutely played into that whole thing.
I never saw that. So
rest in peace, Bill.
That's right. He's no longer with us, right?
2019.
Oh, geez. So sorry about that, Bill. Rookie card. This is an interesting card because it looks kind of like drawn or AI generated. It's a rookie card, Jack Lopez, Detroit Tigers, but you sort of look at the best way to describe it is you look at him and then you look at the very next card, which is another quote unquote legend, Dustin Pedroia. And Pedroia is like an actual photo that they've definitely touched up these photos for these cards, but this one looks just drawn on or something. It's kind of weird.
It looks like they cartoonized it a little bit almost.
Yeah. Dustin Pedroia, I shouldn't say quote unquote legend. He is a former AL MVP and a World Series champion. So
he is a Red Sox. He's one of my most disliked Red Sox of all time. But Pedroia the Destroyer. Yeah, no.
Actually, now that I'm looking at some more of these cards, I'm seeing more of the particular aesthetic that they went for. Because here's Bo Bichette, and it's sort of the same deal with him.
Yeah, it's I don't know the Photoshop terms for what they're doing there, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
De-aging him, I guess. I don't know. And we finish this up with another one of these Prism refractors, Hall of Famer. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. Chipper Jones.
If he's not in the Hall of Fame, that would be a ridiculous joke. But yeah,
Chipper Jones. I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame, though. I feel like I'd heard about it if he's not.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. He went in. Yeah, he's 2-time Silver Slugger, 8-time All-Star, batting title, MVP. Yeah, he's Hall of Fame.
All right, so I like the mix that we're getting here. We're getting a bunch of rookies that I've never heard of. We're getting some big-name players, and we're getting some legends here. So we'll move through these packs pretty quickly. Newly minted World Series champion John Gray of the Texas Rangers.
There you go.
New York Yankees legend and Hall of Famer Whitey Ford.
Go. Whitey, very, very good pitcher. Very good pitcher.
Former New York Yankee, and currently with the Chicago White Sox, Andrew Benintendi.
Benintendi.
Nobody's going to remember that he was on the New York Yankees except from Yankee fans because he was only there for like 10 games. But and we finish this pack with another rookie card, Andre Jackson from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Player I never heard of, but he's certainly got some lettuce going on there.
He's got great hair.
I mean, if I had that hair, I would do the same thing.
Yeah. My hair, as you can see, does not do that anymore.
No, I've gotten very old and very bald and very fat. So, a couple New York Yankees here to start out the next pack. Roger Clemens. And then Roger Clemens and George Steinbrenner's box, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, God, that moment. I remember I cut school.
Do you remember where you were when that happened?
What year was that?
I want to say like 2007. I remember exactly where I was.
I want to say I was in the Sirius XM newsroom when that happened.
All right. This is before I worked at Sirius XM. I was at the Bamboozle Festival at the Meadowlands parking lot to go see Linkin Park. That was that day.
You still had the better day. That was quite the moment.
Yeah, at a music festival. Another Yankee. Well, he'll be a former Yankee very soon. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Since he was on the Yankees for 2 years, he will not be a part of my Sal Fasano All-Stars. Well, 1 year or less on the New York Yankees. Trevor Story from your Boston Red Sox.
Solid shortstop.
Bad contract, but it kind of is what it is. And we finish this pack. This is a very Yankee heavy pack because we finish with the GOAT, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can have GOAT debates for a lot of positions. When it comes to closer, it's Mariano. I know Hoffman was good. I know Lee Smith was good. It's Mariano. It's Mo.
I don't know if you get this commercial locally in your area. We get a commercial in New York for Spectrum that Derek Jeter's in. And he is like they're referring to him as like the GOAT. You know, it's the GOAT offer, and then they show like the actual GOAT on the screen. So it's kind of weird because like when Jeter was here, like nobody ever referred to him as the GOAT.
No, he was very good at a lot of things, and he's a great captain. Great, like but he was not. I don't think the GOAT in any category. You want to say he's the GOAT Yankees captain and say he's better than DiMaggio? Fine. Or Mattingly?
Sure,
fine. But like,
I don't know how you really judge that, but
exactly.
All right, so we got 3 packs left. We'll go through these really quickly. This player will not generate as much fanfare as the last time he appeared on Rip and Riff, but it's still interesting pull nonetheless. The head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Deion, man. I mean, people today, you have no idea how cool it was, especially in a pre-social media day where like you're relying on the play-by-play announcers to be like, all right, Deion's leaving the stadium because he's got to go play in a night Falcon. Like, you know, he's leaving Atlanta's Braves game on Sunday afternoon because the Falcons are playing like the Bengals on Sunday Night Football, and he's got to get on a plane to Cincinnati. Like, you'll never see that again. Two games in one day like that. Like Deion was just a whole other beat, and he was good at both sports. Like he wasn't great at baseball, but he was good at baseball. But he was great in the NFL.
The way athletes now are sort of brought up and trained, and the fact that they have to basically pick a sport at some point and just commit to it, yeah, you'll absolutely never see it again. So we got a rookie card, and this is a player I heard of because he was on the Cardinals and he was on the Japanese team that won the WBC. Lars Nootbaar from your St. Louis Cardinals.
I like him. He's a good player. Like fantasy wise, he's like borderline, but he's still a pretty good outfielder.
From El Segundo, California. I don't know how far that is from you, but
that's Southern California.
Oh, well, sorry. I was trying to make it local, and I guess it's not really local.
California's a big state.
So they say. Nick Castellano. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I can literally drive north to south for like 10 hours and still be in the same state.
Cry me a river.
I'm not crying. I'm just trying to illustrate the size.
Phrasing.
Again.
All right. From your Philadelphia Phillies, Nick Castellanos, one of the many players that Brian Cashman did not sign when he was a free agent who could have helped the team. And, here is a very interesting rookie card from your Seattle Mariners, Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's the one you want to pull right there.
That is what we're looking for there. Nice J-Rod rookie card.
So you got a Bijan rookie, a Julio Rodriguez rookie. We got that really cool Aaron Judge card. I mean, this has been a pretty good rip and riff so far. And we're not even at the mystery slab or the starting lineup yet. So
yeah, we still got a ways to go. All right, well, we'll have to bring down the Bible a little bit. We got another rookie card, but it's Stephen Ridlings from the New York Yankees. So random relieving pitcher that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
A three-time World Series champion and former MVP and probably a Hall of Famer, Buster Posey.
Yeah, I'd say he's a Hall of Famer. He is like, he's a legend in the Bay Area. Like, he is one of the most popular athletes, period.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. It's going to irritate me as a Yankee fan when Buster Posey is first ballot and Jorge Posada got 5%ed off the ballot when they basically have the same stats. I know they're not exactly the same type of catcher. I know Posey was probably better defensively and probably a bit of a better average guy, but like their career batting stats are very similar.
I mean, Posey's also got the 7-time All-Star, MVP, Gold Glove, batting title, Rookie of the Year, 5-time Silver Slugger, 3-time champion.
All right, well, way to just crap all over my point.
Oh, I'm pulling up Jorge right now. 5-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, 4-time World Series champion. So there's your difference. He doesn't have quite the individual accolades.
Right. He finished second or third in MVP voting one year. So it is what it is. Joe Musgrove from the San Diego Padres. He looks really irritated in this shot. I don't know why, because he's a pretty good pitcher and he's making a lot of money living in San Diego.
Other than the fact that the Padres have financial issues, as long as his paycheck still keeps coming in, I don't know why he'd be mad either. Again, San Diego, beautiful place to go and live.
And he's a San Diego native, or at least maybe not San Diego, but from the surrounding suburbs, I'm sure. Rookie card, Mark Cola, whatever, from the Cincinnati Reds. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I never heard of the player, so who cares?
Good. He's got a good mean mug there, though. He's maybe the sun's in his eyes.
I do like that. Yeah, he looks very determined there. And one of the great managers of Major League Baseball history, Earl Weaver from your Baltimore Orioles, another one of those Prism Refractor cards.
I like the history series or like the throwback series. Like they got some good names in there.
All right. One last pack here for this box, which has been certainly well worth the I think I spent $30 on this box. So certainly well worth the investment.
Absolutely.
All right, so we go to JD Martinez from your Boston Red Sox, now with the LA Dodgers. Another legend here, Carl Yastrzemski from the Boston Red Sox.
Yes.
Miguel Tejada from your Oakland Athletics.
Remember Tejada and Eric Chavez on the left side of that infield? That was they were solid right there.
This is another one of those refractor cards, it looks like, by the way, because very nice little psychedelic effect going on behind them. Which
that was probably the last era where the A's were consistently a good baseball team that had a chance at the playoffs.
Yeah, they had that little run in like the mid 2010s as well for like a year or two, where like Sonny Gray was on the team and like Marcus Semien and some other guys, but. It's funny. I literally just mentioned this player, Jorge Posada from the New York Yankees.
It's almost like he's like, "Fuck you, Adam. I'm showing up. I deserve to be a Hall of Famer,
or at least I deserve not to be 5% off the ballot when freaking Buster Posey's going in the first ballot. Like this is some bullshit right here."
Posada making his presence known here on Rip and Riff.
And last but not least, it looks like a blue or purple refractor here. Miguel Sano from the Minnesota Twins.
I feel like he never really panned out.
No, he had big power numbers, but kind of a bigger guy. I probably didn't exactly take the best care of himself. I'm an expert in being a big guy who doesn't take care of himself, so I'm uniquely qualified to speak of these things. So, but overall, very nice box there. I'm 9 out of 10. Very happy with that.
I can't imagine it would be anything less than a 9 out of 10. That was a really good box right there. I mean, listen, we've had a good day here. We got some Joey Bosa, Paris Johnson rookie, Bijan Robinson rookie. You know, and then everything we just talked about with your cards. It's been a real solid, way to go into the weekend here and Rip and Riff here on Fantasy Alarm and the Better Sports Network. Now it's Mystery Slab time. Jared's got the razor blade out. Let's take a look.
It is, and You know what we're hunting? We are hunting the Kevin Garnett, the Kirk Cousins. No, in our luck, we won't get either one, but we will see what we get. This is a.
Come on, Sam Darnold.
It's not Sam Darnold. It is football. It is a 1990 Pro Set Mint 9 Emmett Smith card.
Whoa. All right. Is that a rookie?
I'm not.
90 Pro
You know
Set?
what? It says 1990 draft first round on it. So yeah, it looks like an Emmett Smith rookie card. Honestly, this looks like the cards that you would get in your starting lineups.
So I actually have a pack of those in the closet right now. If you want to rip them open, like those 90 Pro Sets, it's that typical look with the two team colors, with the bars, with the name and the team, and then that's
you know, because this feels like fate. Go get it.
Let's see. Let's see. 1990 Pro Set. Let's see if we can pull one. Stand by.
Yeah, I'll filibuster a bit, or we'll just edit this out. But yeah, we'll show the card off a little bit more here. Got Emmett Smith here taking a carry with I can't tell who it is from the Washington Redskins in the background, and here's the back of it. So, yeah, Emmett Smith rookie card. I can't imagine it's got a ton of value, but you know he's a legend, and we like pulling legends on this show. So,
all right,
can't complain about that. So, first in Rip and Riff history, an impromptu pack rip.
What we do here. All right, so here it is, 1990 Pro Set. Gonna see if we can find another Emmett Smith.
I actually hope we do that because I don't want you to get left out. I want you to have an Emmett Smith card as well.
Well, all right. So we got a good omen to start the pack. It's it's the MVP Super Bowl MVP series, Roger Staubach. So we have a cowboy to open the pack.
There we go. We're off on a nice little start here.
Off on a nice start. A guy who both of us probably worked with at one point or another in a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Mr. Cris Carter.
I never did. No, I mean I worked with Nick Wright, who worked with Cris Carter, so I guess that's kind of the same thing.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, exactly. Nick Wright's the Kevin Bacon of this exercise.
Now, going back to the previous, I guess, Europe series here, this is an insert. The American Bowl in Berlin. Apparently, the Rams and Chiefs played there at some point. Looks like they trashed the place.
You know, it's not only did they trash the place, but they invited us back. They're letting us play NFL games in Germany. So I mean, how bad could they be?
So there's no football being played. Like this could be people like queuing up for like a concert festival. There's no football being played in this card. There's a football field in the background. That's it.
I don't like it. Yeah, that looks like they had a concert outside the stadium right before it, which wasn't really a thing. So maybe it was some sort of public speaking engagement. Maybe like a pep rally, like you would have back in high school.
Okay, I could see a pep rally there. There we go. So we're gonna breeze through a few of these because like some of them are just names we don't necessarily know or remember. Rookie Willis Piguse, Oilers defensive end. Love the color scheme on the card though.
Yeah, and very similar layout, obviously, to the Emmett Smith here that we.
Emmett Smith, that's right.
The same set. So
same set. Got Cedric Mack, Cardinals running back, had his time. Colts center Ray Donaldson. Alan Pinkett and the Houston Baby Blues there. Scott Davis, former Raider. Jeff Dallenbach was actually a pretty good offensive tackle in his day for the Dolphins. Alvin Wright, Rams nose tackle. Now we get to a recognizable name. Steve Young.
Steve Young's a legend. So, I mean, it's not quite Emmett Smith, but hey, we pull legends on this show. That's what we do.
That's what we do. We're having a legendary day here. So let's see. We got a couple more. We got another 49er, Dave Waymer. Don't know him. Jim Dombrowski. Drop the card. Saints tackle. Let's see. We got 3 cards to go here. Oh, excuse me, 2 cards to go because the 2 ways to win with the NFL Pro Bowl NFL memorabilia trip is probably not going to happen. Let's see. We got Keith Millard, Vikings defensive tackle Pro Bowl card. And then last but not least, a name you would know if you're a Giants fan from back in the day, Mr. Maurice Carthon.
Yep. That is certainly a set of 1990 football cards if I've ever seen one.
Correct. So we tried to get a double Emmett rookie. We did not get it. It's fine. It was worth the impromptu rip here on Rip and riff. I'm trying to look up what the Emmitt Smith rookie card goes for.
How about I do that while you tease the starting lineups?
So yes, let's tease the starting lineups while you look that up. Let's see here. So I just pulled one right out of the box and gave you for free. So for today, the basketball player. There's no theme to today. It's just 4 guys I grabbed. The basketball guy is somebody that I've mentioned that I collect in the past. The football one is a franchise icon, but it's his college uniform here. The baseball one, excuse me, is a guy who was very good at his position for a while, was a multi-time All-Star, but his career kind of just went off down a cliff real quick, and we all remember the game where it kind of went off a cliff. And then the last one, the hockey one, I will say he is an Olympic medal winning goaltender. You can ask one question.
We can ask one question.
I'll have 2. Screw it.
I don't know. I don't want to use 2. By the way, this Emmitt Smith rookie card looks like it's reselling for, I don't know. People are asking $30 for it on eBay. We'll see if they actually get it. So
there you go.
I already have a guess for the NBA one, so I don't want to ask my question there.
Okay.
So the football one, it's an NFL franchise icon,
but it's his college out.
But it's his college uniform. Is it a college that we would consider to be one of college football's blue bloods?
Yeah, all the way back to this guy's day too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess I have some guesses. I certainly don't have a guess for baseball. I don't know why the first name I thought of was Josh Hamilton, but he didn't really have a game where it kind of fell off the map for him. So I'm not going
to. When I show you who it is, you're going to be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he probably got hurt. He probably either blew out his elbow or he probably got hit in the face by a ball or something.
I'll follow up with one of those comments after the fact going.
All right. I'm going to guess the basketball player is Shawn Kemp.
Good guess, but no, he's the other guy I collect. Well, should I just reveal it now since we're going through anyway?
You can reveal it because we're not going to open that one.
Mitch Richmond, baby, back in the old school Kings uniform.
Very nice. Yes, I probably should have gotten Mitch Richmond, but I mean,
Kemp's a good guess. You know, I love
the low hanging fruit there. The hockey goaltender. I'm going to guess this one is Olympic gold medalist. Canada won a lot of gold medals, but who were the other? I'm trying to remember who the other Canadian goaltenders were, like besides like Marty Brodeur and some of those teams.
Maybe it wasn't a Canadian goaltending medal winner.
Yeah, that's true. All right, screw it. I'm going to say hockey's Henrik Lundqvist because I know he won a gold medal.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Dominik Hasek.
I mean, I feel like we've gotten Dominik Hasek before in this starting lineup.
He's actually in the studio audience today as well, but we'll talk about that later. But
I don't have a good guess for the baseball one, so that's going to be the one we open. And football, I don't know. I'm going to say Marcus Allen.
It was Joe Namath.
Yeah, I guess
that's franchise icon. Alabama's as blue blood as they come.
Yep.
Now, for the one we're going to open today, the one Jared couldn't guess, and when you said something about hitting somebody in the face, it wasn't that he got hit in the face. It was that he threw a baseball and hit Keith Olbermann's mom in the face in the stands, Chuck Knobloch.
Chuck Knobloch, yes. I love it. Yes. Let's go.
I mean, and was my description accurate? Like, he had a very good career. He was like a top 3 in the lineup hitter for the Twins and the Yankees when he got there. Always a second base all-star kind of guy, and then he just had that case of the yips where he threw the ball in the stands, and that was it. Never the same.
Yeah, and especially weird from like second base because it's not that far to throw from second base to first base, and yet he just, for whatever reason, he just had the yips and couldn't do it.
I guess it's like that catcher in Major League 2, Rube Baker, where like he couldn't throw the ball back to the pitcher. But if he was pitchering, if he was like imagining like he would have to recite the Playboy cover models for every year, and then he would be able to throw it because he would be able to distract himself. Great movie, Major League 2. Sequels usually aren't good. That one was good. So here's Chuck Knobloch. And again, love when they match the position on the lineup to the card position. So not the same uniform. Got the old Road Twins pinstripes there. But here they're in their like third red jerseys, but that is the position on the card. I love unique position starting lineups that aren't like the same 4 or 5 over and over again.
It's nice that they mix in the fielders as well from time to time. And I guess he was number 1 with the number 11 with the Minnesota Twins. Yes.
Yeah.
So that makes sense because pretty sure he was number 11 with the Yankees as well.
He was. You mentioned that, the position players. One starting line, I don't know what year it is. There is a Greg Maddux hitting starting lineup. I forget what year it is, but there's one of him batting. He's got pitching ones.
Did they make it because of the Chicks Dig the Long Ball commercial with him and Glavine?
Maybe that's why they did it. I'd have to look up the year of the commercial and the year of that lineup, but that would make sense. Now, Chuck Knobloch, provided he doesn't throw and hit anybody in our studio audience next week, will be a guest of the starting lineup studio audience for next week. And we take a look at who we got here. Of course, we got Bo Jackson, who came on who was unboxed last week, 1990 for the Raiders, 92 for the Royals. To his right, Mr. Hideki Arabu, who we'll get into in a second. And then Jerry Rice, who tomorrow, actually, the day this airs, so Sunday, I will be taking my mother-in-law to a 49ers game. She has not been since Candlestick. So 49ers Buccaneers, I'll be there tomorrow. And on the bottom row, we got Dr. J. Julius Irving from the Starting Lineup Legend Series in 89. Mr. Dominic Hasek, who we mentioned before, in his Sluggo Sabre uniform there. And then Mike Dunham, one of the only Predators ever made. And then Wilt Chamberlain from the 1997 Classic Doubles Series with Bill Russell was the other one in that series. Now, I want to talk Hideki Arabu before we get out of here. Can you imagine if a team owner referred to one of his players as a fat toad nowadays? That's what the sport needs, though. We need owners like that call their guys out.
Yeah, it's much better than current Yankee owners who are like, yeah, we're going to make all these changes, and then they don't actually fire the GM or the manager, and all they do is hire a new hitting coach. So yeah, it's definitely a weird dynamic. But I have a lot of questions with that Hideki Arabu's starting lineup. A, the fact that they made one, and B, like, why do you have it? And C, what the hell inspired you to make him part of the studio lineup audience this week?
One, I can't answer. 2, because sometimes when people sell them loose on, like, sometimes if they're not selling them in the box, they'll sell loose figures, and it was like $2 for Hideki Arabu. I'm like, all right, fine. For $2, I'll throw Hideki Arabu into my Yankee collection. 3, what else is he going to, like, he's getting his chance right now. I don't know if he's ever going to come back. He may not be happy that I brought up the whole fat toad thing. Maybe
it's going to be tough for him to come back because he's dead.
Yeah, that's right. The second person we forgot about that died on the show today, so our apologies.
No, well, the second one who's died. This is the first one I actually remembered he died. So,
nonetheless, Hideki Arabu, part of the audience, probably won't be back after we just talk some smack about him. But
probably not.
Next time
sorry, Hideki.
Sorry, Hideki. But the next time we'll talk to you, you'll probably still have some leftovers in the fridge from Thanksgiving because of Thanksgiving on Thursday. Enjoy the football, and don't forget, we got a special edition of Rip and Riff lined up next Saturday for you. It's tough to do a theme for Thanksgiving, so we'll take advantage of the upcoming Survivor Series and do a wrestling themed one with a special guest. You'll see who certainly is coming up soon. But for Mr. Jared Moore, Mr. Jared Moore on Twitter, I'm at Pucking Thoughts Adam Bernard for a wonderful another edition of R&R here on BSN and Fantasy Alarm. Back with you soon. Peace.